Well, let's unbox and take a look at Kakamora by Lego Disney. This is set number 43293, contains 407 pieces, retails for $39.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, I am not familiar with this, so just as a fair warning there, it's here on the workbench. We'll get into that in a little bit. And yeah, just by first impressions, doesn't look too exciting. Looks like we get to make 2 items. So possibly this could be a collaborative build. We don't know. Oh, we got Moana. Bet we don't get her with the set. And yeah, this is what it is on the back. I don't know what these are. It looks like a coconut, so you can open them up and you could dress them up. You get weapons or something. I don't know what all this stuff is. Alright, let's unbox this and see what's inside. Yeah, I don't sound too excited. This is one of the many sets I told Lego not to send me because I just didn't know anything about the theme. And as sloppy as that's packed right now, we're going to drop that down to a 9. We haven't even started yet. We're already dinging off points. That's really bad. Well, yeah, let's first take a look at the building guides. Let's see if I can grab them. So, it is a collaborative build, so you and a partner can build. That's even better. So everybody gets their own piece here. Not too bad. And let's see how many bags there are. Yeah, but this is one of those sets that I was trying to avoid. I specifically told Lego not to send this, and they did. And it's a review offer, it's not a gift. If it was a gift, it'd be a different story, but yeah. We get 4 bags full of fun and excitement. Well, I'll try to make it exciting on the build channel. Now, let's see if we got a parts list in here and see what it has. It's probably already released right now. There's probably 20 million reviews on it, but I thought maybe Lego would have had a parts list. I bet this is not going to come with the brick separator for wasting my time. Oh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. My bad. I hate being blunt on things, but I didn't see a sticker sheet, so these are going to be printed, which is pretty cool. And yeah, now I'm going to do my best to do an honest review on this set. You know, if it's not a theme that I'm really familiar with. But to get a set that you kind of just don't know nothing about, it may make the review all more interesting. We'll see how it goes. Alright, let's get into this set here. And yeah, let's do that. So this is what I call build preview for those who are new. Basically, it's just to talk about the build before we start building and setting up the camera and all that stuff. And this was one of those sets that I told Lego specifically not to send because it was a theme that I'm not really familiar with all the newer Disney themes. I can care less. But unfortunately, it's here. I have to do it. So there's 4 bags in total. I think what we're going to do, we're going to split this thing down in 2 installments. So we're going to be, I already had that scanned, you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to do this guy here first, and then in the latter installment we'll do that. And, you know, sometimes I'll get sets that I'm just not interested in, or sometimes I'm not sure. This is one of those offers that I got where I was just like, I don't want it. Unfortunately, it's here, so I'm stuck with it. And yeah, we'll make the best what we have here. But before we can start, this is not considered a construed as a professional product review, how-to, or tutorial. These are just merely my notes for the final write-up. So what I'm saying here could change at any time. In addition, all the wording and stories and stuff are my words alone. Lego does not pay me to say anything, except that these are paid promotional offers. So they were provided by the Lego Group. In addition to that, this is not my day job. This is just a hobby of mine. Something I do just in my spare time. Editing stuff, yes, it is a job. But doing the actual builds, the building process is always fun to do. And lastly, do not re-upload my videos without my written consent. It's happened before, And we do not want that to happen because it kind of spoils it for everybody. Then I have to go into shutdown mode and have to go through legal proceedings. I don't want to deal with that. That's never fun. Okay, well, let's begin with bag one. Let's build it. And I'm not looking forward to doing this one today. And boy, oh boy, we got some rants going on here too. Yeah, let's first take a look here at the parts. And, I mean, looks like we're going to get some interesting pieces in here. I don't know about the avatar in my videos. I posted a picture of him with hair. Some of you told me you want the flippy, shaggy hair, so we're going to stick with that instead of the crop. And yeah, so I'll be doing some tweaks on that. And a lot of things are going on right now. I got a lot of stuff that I need to get done. This is not helping out much here. And yeah, we're just going to start with this. Try not to yawn in your ear, but this is one of those unwanted sets I just did not want. So we are stuck with it today. Well, I'm stuck with it. You can just sit back and relax. And I've been more or less trying to figure out ways to get sets done faster, but unfortunately I got to hire a staff to, well, help me get things done faster. And if I have to hire a staff to help me build stuff, then it's not coming from my words anymore. So I got to think on that one. And another thing is that it's all just time management. And I'm also getting tired of family knocking me down on the car I'm driving. Well, it's either have a nice roof over my head with an that's air conditioned, or have a fancy car and be car poor. And yeah, every time they mention about my car, it starts in a heated argument. And I said, well, I'll go down and buy me an electric car. I don't want to deal with getting it smogged or oil changes or anything like that. And boy, it'll start World War III over here. And I'm thinking, okay, well then I'll keep the old clunker running as much as I can. And then that's what we're doing. Oh, that's kind of clever. There's something that does fit in between those. Yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of stay out of it. I just figured, don't start with me. I've already had a long weekend. It's only Wednesday. I got one more day left. Oh yeah, today is the 8th of July, 2026. Yeah, that fits right in between there. Isn't that cool? Now let's get back into the set now. So I'm done with rants. Sometimes I'll get sets that I just don't want. Now, not to say that I will be unfair and fail it. This is something I'm just not interested in building today. So hopefully the wow factor will be pretty good. And even if it's something I'm not interested in, it's still going to start off at a 10. I'm not going to fail something because of that. You know, so I hope I'm not blocking people on this here. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. So if I do something wrong, be kind about it. Correct me. You're well more than welcome to. Just don't be that one guy or gal and be rude about it. I've already had a rough week. I don't need to make it worse. But yeah, I just kind of, it's been getting hot and miserable, and tempers have been flaring out here. And also, I've been told that anime's for little kids. Little babies, I shouldn't be watching it. I don't know, the stuff I've been watching's been pretty questionable. But you know what, after a while their opinions mean nothing to me and I just don't care. You know how that goes. Now, more rants. This is something I've been seeing going on in the Lego community. And, okay, we're using these. Lego is starting to get overpriced on a bunch of things, and some have said, well, Jay, you know, the parts are usually 10 cents a piece. That hasn't changed. Yeah, it hasn't changed. But look at the size of sets that I've been building lately. You notice my builds are far and few now because Lego's sending me sets are 500, 600, 700 pieces. I miss the days when I was only messing with 200 or 300 pieces. And especially when I'm doing sets that I just don't want to do, it makes it all more non-entertaining, more miserable. And, you know, it's kind of a shame now, like the Pokemon sets, for example. You know, you got to spend a lot of money now to get a decent set. You know, I don't know if it might be done intentionally. We don't know. But Lego is just getting to be more of a rich man's hobby than anything else, unfortunately. So if you're looking for a very affordable hobby, well, good luck. I've been trying to find it. Even getting into vintage electronics, it used to be very cheap about 20 years ago. Well, now you can't find vacuum tubes as easily, so guess what? It's expensive now. Buying just a set of tubes for an AA5 radio or All American 5 is going to run you new old stock, probably $30 to $40 for a set of tubes. Back in the old days, it wouldn't cost them under 10, but no, not today. Every hobby's expensive, so it's unfortunate. Even just having somebody make a mask of my avatar, $1,500, and it's just it's like gulp. You know, it's what it is. So that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just also I sound like I'm out of it today. I'm just tired, and I got to hear the gardener all evening. Alright, so we have a green one. Let's make sure that this green one is facing us. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of stuff. Just been trying to ooh, excuse me, couldn't hold that one in. Just trying to get a lot of stuff done right now. Just I got a tutorial that I want to get into. I haven't had time because it just wasn't in the mood to do any tutorials. But I'm hoping to trying to sort out a bunch of these parts. You know, just trying to get things going here. And Lego, I wish you would not have sent me this set. So I don't even, like, Lego has been kind of hounding us. You need to tell us, you know, if you want certain sets or not. It's falling on deaf ears, so I don't waste my time anymore with them until they fix the issue. It's like, please don't send me any more of this stuff. Make sure the green is on that side there. Oh, it's like, oh, we're going to send it to you anyways because you're a nice guy. Send me some. Send me the Pokemon sets. I still got to do that Pikachu. That one is coming up next. So if you're looking for Pikachu, he's coming up next. I just got to get done with a short set, so I have some content, and then we'll start working on the big one next. I'm just trying to get everything done. I'm kind of pooped and I don't want to do just set builds all day. I don't know. Okay, sorry about that. I had to check on something. Okay. Oh, that's right. We were working on half a step. So I've been kind of just hanging around the house. It's just been too hot to do anything. You're going to hear the weed whackers, lawn mowers, leaf blowers. Yeah, we get the works out here. I've been slowly trying to restore my lawn. I've been pulling up more crabgrass and stuff. Crabgrass, nutgrass, and I got little holes in my lawn, but it's starting to fill in pretty nice. So, yeah, I've been doing that. Well, that's kind of a fancy pattern we're putting in there. Like a chair or something. But I've been just trying to come up with some new ideas. I got a couple of vehicles that I want to start tinkering. One of them my friend asked me to build. See if I can do it. And I said sure. So I'm going to use that as the inspiration he provided me, and I'm going to start working on the specific vehicle for next year. And he needs to help me out with it, and then I can give him a free copy of the building guide. And yes, you could do that too. You can contact me and we can work on a project together. I'm not like other YouTubers. You can do that. I always encourage it. You know, you can just say, hey Jay, I'd like to work with you. I've had some that did that and they bailed. Like, hey, I would like to work with you. Would you like to collaborate? Sure. When do you want to do it? And then I'd hear crickets. Like literally, you just get to that point. And why did you ask me? Why did you ask me then? I mean, some people are scared. Do you think I'm going to say no? I'll tell you if it's no or not if I'm busy, but right now, I'm busy now. But for tutorials will always overrank reviews. So I don't mind doing a good old-fashioned collaboration. Let's see here. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to break this set down into 2 installments. We're just going to build 1 figure a piece. And then I'll just do, we'll just put the review at the last part. Oh yeah, I got that Disney set done, and I finally got that set finished up, so we're done with that. So what am I going to do now? Right now it's sitting in a tote, but I'm going to part it out. It's not something I really want, so I'm going to just part it out. I'm going to keep the figures and dump the bulk. It's not something I'm just totally interested in. Yep. I'm tired today. Yeah. I'm in the mood to build, though. I want to build something with my hands. I'm tired of looking at a computer terminal and stuff like that. So I'm going to have a little fun today and just kind of bore you to death. Okay, as long as this blue side, we got to put some stud things in here. Technic pins with studs. Yeah, but Lego's gotten to be expensive, so you know, what can you do? It's an expensive hobby, but some of you have just been pointing out to me, well, I can't afford it anymore. I don't blame you. Matter of fact, I'm seeing YouTubers now using alternative building brick sets. I can't really... Well, those are in dark red. I didn't notice that. I mean, it's kind of sad now that Lego's slowly pricing them out of the market, because I'm seeing other people saying, Jay, I can't get into this. And, you know, if my stuff is compatible with alternative brick things, so be it. You could build it with any product you want. I'm not going to condemn anybody, because it's just, Lego's just gotten to be to that point where it's getting to be a non-achievable price. And I think what it is, Lego's producing these big massive sets. And for me, sometimes I want to go back to basics and build something very simple. I don't want to build something complicated. I just don't want to you know, build something that's $400 or $500 that's got lots of pieces and lots of small stuff. A piece like this is probably a few pennies here, so is this. but it adds up quick. It's a nice little thing. Got to put some hot dogs in there. Did I forget to put some of those in there? I guess I did. Let me go check. Okay, I did. I forgot to put these other two in there. We'll put them in there now. But when you're tired and you're doing a set you don't want to do is to build, build experience, it's just meh. This is just average. It's already down to a 9 due to packing. Lego pack, this one's so sloppy, so I'm saying a 9 on this set. I don't think it's worth my time to build it. I'm just going to stick that in there like that, and I'm going to swing it in place. It's got to go in like this. That's where the hot dogs went. But yeah, you ever get sets that you don't want, build them anyways, unless you're going to take them back. It was either this, a botanical, or a friend set. And I saw this one, I thought, well, let's get this out of the way real quick so I can have something to put on the channel. The friend sets are always fun though to do. Okay, and then now we got to make sure here. Okay, we're looking for the pink one here. And that means right here we got to put this one here. Now I'm probably going to assume that there's one on the other side here. So I'm going to put it on this side here too. Now there's no brick separator, so if I make a mistake, we're going to know about it. Yeah, I'm making sure. Yeah, I'm not much for brick-built animals. The Pokemon, Lego's going to burn themselves out of those. I'm like everybody else. Lego's just been mass-producing just tons of building sets. And it's like, slow down, Lego. I'm sure these are going to be mirrored here. I'm like, slow down, because some people just can't afford this stuff anymore. I know somebody who can buy any set he wants. He's got the funds for it. If I wasn't in the partner program, I would not even be able to get half this stuff. I wouldn't even buy most of it anyways. I'd be saving the coins for the one-timer things. As I've had a few people tell me, oh, I'd like to buy that set, but I'm not coughing up $300 for it. This is $40 for this. And I'm not having fun with it. Like literally. Okay. Step 33 is kind of confusing. I had to see where the flowers go. See if I can help you out with this here. I'm going to waste a good white stud flowers too. Could use those for one of my landscape projects. I miss doing the campground builds. A lot of people don't watch them on YouTube. Everybody wants to see a big giant city. Yeah, I don't want to build a city. With all the Lego stuff that I have now, I could literally build an epic city. I just don't have the space to do it. Yeah. It's built very well, I'm not going to lie. Haven't experienced anything falling off yet, but when it's something you're just not interested in building, it's more or less like, I got to get it out of here. It just feels like I've been here for 25 minutes. This bag's got a lot of stuff in it. And I'm just kind of not in the mood to build it here. Well, Jay, couldn't you just not build it and just turn it down? I could. But if it's here, I'm going to do it. I've already obligated to do it, so. Alright. And then step 36 is the blue side here, and we just put this one piece here. But I have a film we're going to mirror that. And then step 37, I would have just had it like this. Just enough to see what color we were missing. At least it's color coded. I mean, it's built pretty good. It's just hard to grab on these round pieces. But I'm not excited in building this one here today. Maybe I should have done a friend set, but we're done with that. And then 39 does this side here. It's the same thing but mirrored. And then, okay, we're still messing with that side. And that concludes bag number 1. And yeah, we got what I consider average small pieces that have spawned their way, extra ones spawning in here. But that's it. I mean, not so bad for what we have. Alright, now we're going to wrap this up with bag number 2. I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being considerate. It's always a big help. I got more stuff to share. I just got to get more time to do it. Don't roll off. In addition, I want to thank everyone for taking the time, checking out my rubricable profile and downloading building guides, because I've never seen a piece like that before. In addition to that, if you like the style how I do things, well, you're in the right place. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It's free. You're not obligated. Just kick back, relax, and have a little fun. You know, just kind of chill out a little bit. And you're always more than welcome to comment. As long as it's constructive and it's friendly, I don't care. Negative or rude comments just won't be tolerated. Just don't do it. Well, we got some nice bright colors here. You know, it looks like Skittles colors, tropical colors. These here are going to be handy for making trees. So I got to make sure I can order a couple more of those. And yeah, I think one of these pieces in here is printed. That would have made a great umbrella piece, but well, hey, at least we don't have to mess with stickers. Matter of fact, step 44 requires just this piece alone, which goes right here. You know, maybe it's like a little jewelry box you can put stuff in. We don't know yet. We do not know. Okay, so we want the yield signs. Make sure the yield signs are like that. So I think these are just supposed to go like that. Trying to get it on the kielbasa or the weenie. It depends on how you look at it. Oh, well, I gotta put more yield signs on. But some people like my style over others. Some people don't like it because I build too slow. Some say I build too fast. I'm building average pace. Matter of fact, I'm building slow. Because if I were building this, I would have already been mostly done by now, because I just go real quick. But here we're also talking about the parts in the set, the build quality. You know, this has almost got the same dimensions as a pool table ball, which you'd find on a billiards table and a billiards ball. Okay, looks like we're building the top portion. Yeah, I mean, I can't, and you know, before anybody says, Jay, you should like every set LEGO sends you, I can't like everything, you know, it's just how it is. It's like watching anime. I've been running across some that I'm just like, oh, I don't want to watch this, you know, it doesn't seem all that entertaining. Some of them I'll read the title, I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. And then when I get to watching like an episode or two, I'm like, I can't get into this, and I'll find something else. I've been looking for some more adventure ones. Not really much in a fighting mood, so I don't want to watch any fighting ones. I've been looking for more of the slice of life ones. I'm also thinking about getting into manga too. I'm not going to go hardcore into it. Just want to expand my horizons a little bit and kind of read more. A lot of them, when they say they go into the back, you know, stories on the the non-main characters or the secondary characters, or like side stories and stuff like that. I kind of want to get into that. And plus, something I don't have to use a computer for. I don't want to have to just sit on the computer all day reading. So some of my friends are like, you got to use a downloaded one. You could download a digital one. I'm like, yeah, I want the real deal. I've been looking at some manga, but the problem is that the site that they have it on there, they have a bunch of misprints. And if I'm dropping $10 for a comic book, it better not have any misprints. That's what scares me. It's supposed to run parallel with these. Yeah, maybe this is like some kind of like little keepsake box. I'm not sure. Now, this is going to be one of those sets I'm going to film all in one day today. I'm going to just get it done so we can hear the lawnmower go off, or the weed whacker. Ooh, almost bent that. Yeah, I get kind of tired of hearing that stupid thing going off like that. We got to make 3 more of those. It gets me. Part of the country is right now under a heat wave. Some people are getting thunderstorms out here. What's a thunderstorm? What's water look like? Except for the coming out of the faucet. We don't get tornadoes. We don't get hurricanes out here. We get nothing. We got plenty of sunshine if you want it. Come over here and grab it. It's too much of it. Okay, we got that in there. Let us add a pop of color. I have to admit, though, there's bright colors in the set. It's just not my thing. And that's what I'm saying is sometimes I just can't get into it. I think that's the one we're going to be putting on there. So we're going to have to make 2 of these. I do sound a little boring today, huh? Thinking about doing a gameplay video. And if you're interested in my gameplay channel, it's just basically Minecraft stuff. I used to do some NES gameplays until Nintendo got their panties in a knot, and they gave me oh, we're going to claim rights to your video. So I just said, nope, no more Nintendo stuff. So I'm just sticking with Minecraft or games that I know that are safe. Minecraft has to be, obviously, because it was founded on the internet. Because people like me like those sandbox games where it's open-ended and, oh, brittle! Oh no, like I got to ding it down to 8.5 because the stuff's starting to fall off now. It was going so well. But yeah. And then this goes on the top right here like that. Well, that's if I can get it on there. Does it not fit on? It's supposed to fit right in between that, but there we go. Okay. It's like a little keepsake box, huh? I don't know what goes in there. It's probably why we got all these extra pieces. Okay, now we're going to move on to the foot. But oh, these are perfect for cake toppers, and I do not have these. You know why? That's flame yellowish orange. Perfect for Halloween. You know how many people don't watch this channel, they don't get the inspiration? I mean, literally. Like, these are coral. This would be good if I was making an Adobe style house or a mission style. You know, some big giant hand pieces. Cartoon hands. Okay, and then these go right here. But I'm going to hear it on the comments, though. Probably on the main. Then why did you get the set then? No, it wasn't by choice. Now, why did you get that set if you didn't want it? No, it's not by choice. We're still missing some stuff. Okay, now we got to put together the arms. So these are mirrored, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of lay them out like this. Start putting them together. You don't have to do this. Now, I build a lot of my spruce pine trees. I use the black ones. I'm going to order those in green. I need to start getting those because those would be perfect for the forest. Now we know those parts exist in that color. That makes it even better. Okay, it's supposed to go like that. There we go, because I'm getting confused here. Yeah, about that Stream Deck that I bought, I don't know how I lived without that device for so long. I'm starting to set up my TV channels and stuff for it. And I'm going to start setting up the live stream stuff for getting that all ready to go. I got the software installed, I just got to map out the keys and do a test stream with it. And I'm going to do VTuber. I had another one of those questions asked about my vision problem again on a video that didn't even have my face in it. I thought, well, this is why I don't do that. You know, and I just kind of give up on that there. So it's like, really, dude? If I do any type of face video, it'll just be avatar. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So here you're going to get a heads up. If I decide to do a face video, it'd just be strictly with the anime figure, and that will be it. I'm not going to. Some people won't even get on video. They'll just have a Lego set they're building. I don't have anything that I can do because all these here are review offers. I got to think on how I want to do that there. All right, and then the hands go on here. Okay, taking that off. That's becoming more of a headache. And these things want to turn. There we go. Yeah, doing a set you don't want to build, it's not fun. I'm not having fun with this. And then you build the other arm, which starts on page 58. Put that one there. Okay, now we're going to be focusing on a flower. I can always use those. But yeah, this is one that I'm done. It's going to go directly into the parts bin when I'm done with the video, and just get rid of it. Some have asked, what do I do with all these review offers? Get rid of them. You know, that kind of thing. I can't keep them all. Okay, it goes like this. They want the stick through here, like that. Okay. I've noticed though on a lot of these sets, I'm getting a lot of people telling me, you know, thanking me for helping them. So I'm not intending these to be tutorials, but I think what I'm going to do is like just keep the style and try to show every angle as possible. I'm trying to keep an open mind on how I want to do these here, and I'm just going to be inclined to shoving that in there a bit more, that stick. I mean, that takes care of the stem there. Now we got to deal with this. Wow, a flame yellowish orange nose cone. Well, you don't ever see those. Don't roll off. I like about these, you could stick a shaft, and if you're making trees, you can slightly rotate these to offset your branches. So these ring pieces are going to be a big help, and they're odd number too. So you can get away with a bit more. We got a sub step now. Now we got to do these. Yeah, but this is not too fun today. I thought, well, I was trying to find something that will fit on the memory card, and I thought, well, I got that. I'm going to go ahead and use that real quick. And as far as for Pikachu is concerned, that will be after I do the review on this. I'm probably just going to do the unboxing and stop. But I have one card that's cleaned off after this one. So it may be worth just doing a little bit today and just kind of preparing it. What I'm gathering is you put it on like that and you swing it up. You may have to wiggle that in like that. So I think that's... Now I'm hearing my neighbor mowing his yard. His lawnmower is so messed up, it goes vroom, 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 and he makes his teenage kid mow it. I feel sorry for that poor boy because he's going to have to mow with that nasty lawnmower. I mean, give your kids chores are one thing, but man, give them some good tools to work with. Like here's a junky lawnmower that just sounds like it's ready to fall apart. You're going to have to deal with it. I would have put something down in there to make that stronger. They could have. May have to split your pedals up here. There we go. Okay. And by the way, if you're stuck on something, just give me a timestamp of what you're stuck on. Oh, it fits in the hole there. All right. Barely fits in. Yeah, I don't know. And these are just like little containers, but that just keeps falling off. And yeah, that's it for this installment here. And this is what we have remaining. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here for a full hour and a half building this, but I'm going to try my best here. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 2. Alright, Summation of Thoughts. And yeah, I don't know what this thing is. I mean, it's colorful, I have to say the least, but I wasn't too excited building it. It's just your typical brick-built animal figure. And honestly, it's meant as a keepsake box. But if this is something you're looking for, I mean, it's not bad. My build experience is just average. Build quality, I say, is average. Playability, I think this is more of a keepsake box than anything else. But I mean, I'm sure you can probably play with it, but I don't quite understand it. But it's interesting to look at, but not my cup of tea. But, well, stay tuned for the next installment. But tell me what you think of this.